It is a beautiful spring day today, and I hope that you are enjoying yours. Listen, as the transmission levels of the coronavirus begin to fall and going in a very positive direction here, as more and more people are either vaccinated or exposed to it and have some natural immunity by exposure to it. The rates of infection are going in a very positive direction, and I'm hopeful that soon we'll be able to return to some pre-pandemic possibilities here. One of the things that I've really missed is the opportunity to be able to visit with you in person, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. And so let me tell you just a few things about that. I am, as of now, I'm fully vaccinated. Received both doses of the Pfizer vaccine, and what that means for me is that I'm very, very unlikely to get sick with COVID-19. And if I were to get sick with COVID-19, am infinitesimally unlikely to get seriously sick. So I've got no concern for my own sickness. I'm telling you that not to, I know some of you are fearful about the vaccine and other things, and I'm not saying that to try to assuage your fears or overcome your fears. If you're fearful, do what you are comfortable with. For me, there are places that I'm not able to get in to visit people, to see people if I'm not vaccinated. So it was important for me to be able to do that. But as I come to visit you, let me talk with you a little bit about what that will look like now as transmission rates are going down and as I'm vaccinated. According to the protocols, if I'm vaccinated and you're vaccinated, we can just meet as we've always had, just like it was before the pandemic. If I come to visit you and you've not been vaccinated, which again, I'm not encouraging you to do that if you're fearful of doing that. But if I come to visit you, if we're in proximity to one another, I'm going to be wearing a mask. And there's some confusion about that. If you listen to politicians on both sides of the aisle, they both have things they're trying to accomplish other than the truth. And so whenever I hear a news report, which is, you initially get the information, hear a news report, I go and try to find the journal articles on which those studies are based. A lot of times you can't get at those articles without a paid subscription, but you can read the abstracts of how the study was done and the conclusion of the study. And what I found is that the studies actually bear no resemblance to what politicians say on either side of the aisle. Certainly bear no resemblance to the memes on what the memes on Facebook say. And bear little resemblance to the news media, or at least I should say there's not enough information there. So if I come to visit you and you're not vaccinated, and particularly if you're in a high risk group, I'm going to be wearing a mask. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about that and tell you why that is. First of all, the purpose of a mask is not to keep me from getting sick. The purpose of a mask is that because this virus, they know now more than ever, is transmitted by vapor. It's transmitted by breath, by water droplets. And the reason why you wear a mask, why I would wear a mask, is the same reason why I wouldn't sneeze in your face, why I would put a cloth or something up in front of the breath that was coming out of my mouth. That's where really you sneeze from your mouth, not your nose. But in order to catch those droplets so that I don't spray them all over you. Now, the question that people ask that I hear is that, but why would that be necessary if you've been vaccinated? And the reason is that that when they did the study for the vaccines, what they were interested in finding out, this was the pressing issue, is does this vaccine keep people from getting sick with COVID-19, or if they get sick, how sick do they get? And what they found is that it was very effective from keeping people from getting sick with COVID-19, or if they did get sick, kept them from getting very sick, getting dangerously sick. What the studies didn't know, there wasn't time to study this, is whether one could still contract, carry, and pass the coronavirus, this SARS-CoV-2 virus. So understand that those are two different things. The SARS-CoV-2 virus is the virus. COVID-19 is the disease that is caused by the virus. And what the vaccine does that they know for sure is that it keeps people from developing COVID-19. They don't know whether or not it keeps people from contracting and spreading the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now, they're actually suspecting that it does do that, but they don't have data yet. At the turn of the century, there was a woman by the name of Mary Malone from Ireland. You probably know her to history as Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary was able to, she contracted and carried typhoid that caused sickness, a grave sickness, could cause grave sickness, but she herself did not develop the disease. So she was a carrier of it, though she herself was never sick from it. That's what they don't know yet, what the vaccine will do. Does it prevent the virus from taking hold at all, or does it just prevent people from getting sick? And so when you don't know the answer to something, what you do is you err on the side of caution. If you and I were driving down the road together and all of a sudden we turned a bend and there was a transmission line, a power line down in the road, but it looked like it had been there for a while, that there were maybe leaves on it and things. It looked like it had been down for maybe weeks. I wouldn't say to you, hey, there's probably no power in that line. Why don't you get up and pick that up and move it out of the way? That's not what I would do. I would exercise the better part of caution. I would say, because we don't know if there's power in that line or not, let's just not touch it. I don't want you to touch it until we can verify for sure that there's no power in that. So as more data comes in, it's trending in the area that those who have been vaccinated not only don't get sick, but they don't transmit the virus. And I'm really praying that that's the case. But I just want you to understand that if I come to visit you, you haven't been vaccinated, and particularly if you're in a high risk group, if we're meeting inside, I'm going to wear a mask. And I'm doing that not for my protection, but because the sixth commandment obliges me that I have a responsibility to look out for your welfare and safety. And as far as it's as far as it's possible for me to do that, it's my responsibility to do that. So just wanted to let you know, but I'm looking forward to seeing you, but particularly as the weather continues to improve and just be beautiful. And I'm really praying. I've been praying for a year now. I've been praying that we're around the corner from that the time is coming when we'll be able to return to pre-pandemic possibilities, when this will all be tamped down sufficiently, if not completely stamped out. And I'll look forward to seeing you. God bless you today.